Today I'm going to be showing you guys my tips and tricks to getting a secret dungeon, and those are coming from a master. I got Bella, Darien, and Amon's secret dungeons all on the same day. And then at the very end of the video, I have a very important tip for you guys, what to do once you actually get that dungeon. So either stay tuned for the whole thing or skip to the end. Okay, so basically there are two ways to get a secret dungeon. Either you discover it yourself or one of your friends discovers it. The way to discover secret dungeons are through farming the Hall of whatever. Today is Hall of Dark, so to get any of the Dark secret dungeons, you need to be farming Hall of Darkness. And then the secret dungeons drop, there's a random chance to drop a secret dungeon, and the secret dungeon is random too, so you're not guaranteed to get the secret dungeon you want, which is why it's important to have many people farming it, and one of the best methods to actually get the secret dungeon you want is to look for people in public chat channels who discover it and add new friends. Okay, so, first of all, if you're going to be looking for one yourself, I would suggest farming Hall of whatever B2. The reason you're farming B2 is because it costs 4 energy, which is the lowest energy any of the dungeons can cost. B1 also costs 4 energy, but B2 has a higher chance to drop better rewards than B1 does, so farm B2. Unless you need to be farming like B7 or whatever, or yeah, I think it's B7, for essences. So if you're just purely looking for a secret dungeon, farm B2. Okay, so if you don't discover one yourself and one of your existing friends or guildmates or whatever, you can be checking your guild channel because your guild members might be farming too and they might discover one, it shows up in there too. So if you or one of your friends doesn't discover one, the best way is to go into public channels and look for people who have it. Remember that if you discover a secret dungeon yourself, you cannot discover another one until yours expires. And what else was I going to say? I just forgot. You can remove 5 friends per day, so the most important thing is to make sure you have open friend slots before you try adding people from channels, or before you start asking, Essie, Bella, add me. You need to make sure you have slots open, because if people try to add you and you don't have slots, it's not going to work, and you will miss out on your dungeon. Okay, so into the tips for public chat channels. It helps if you have friends that are kind of staking out in different channels. So let's say me and my friends are all looking for a Bella SD at the same time. That's amazing. One friend can go into 106 or a popular channel. You know, the 100s are always really popular, so they could go into 100 or whatever. 113, I don't know. And then you could go into a different channel. You could go into the farming channel for your server, which for global it's 4444. I'm not sure what it is for other servers, but I'm sure you guys can look it up to find out. So friends in different channels, and then if one of your friends is in a different channel than you are, and they see someone get it, they can tell you, they can say, hey, this is the person's name, add them really fast, they just got a Bella SD. And then you can go to your friends list real quick, and then type in their name, and maybe they will add you back. Okay, so first of all, that tip is just going to be watch chat. Make sure you're paying attention, and make sure you're seeing if anyone gets a secret dungeon. Okay, then step 2, I guess, is watch chat, but then you can also be sort of vocal in chat and let people know that you need a secret dungeon. And my tips for this my tip is you have to cater your message to your audience. So, you have to say different things to make it basically appropriate for what's going on. So on light dungeon days, 4444 gets really crazy. Chat goes really fast, everyone's spamming. So on days like that, my tip is to type something that will get noticed, and that's different from everyone else's, like whatever they're typing. So today's obviously not light day, so this is just an example. So I would type something like this. because people are going to see those emojis. Emojis do work. They're going to see those emojis stand out from, you know, everyone else's boring text like this. See how boring this is? Once you see 2 heart emojis, bam, they're going to want to add you. They're going to be like, wow, like they're going to actually see your message, right? So I would copy and paste that message and then paste that into 4444 probably every, I don't know, every 30 seconds or so, depending on how fast chat is moving. Okay, so that's that tip, and then if you happen, like, see this chat channel is not moving too fast today because it's dark day, I guess. If it's not moving too fast, or if you're in a channel where people are just talking and having a good time or whatever, you know, if you're farming on fire day and people aren't spamming, don't spam messages. Type something more human-like, I guess. So I would probably type something like, hey, I'm looking for a Bella SD. Does anyone have one? And then add in a nice touch. So I would do something like that to make it very nice and polite, and people will probably be more inclined to add you. Then here's a bad example. Do not do this. If you come in here and say something like this, it's not even really typed up properly. SD Bella add me. It's kind of just odd, right? And it's in all caps. People might be like, oh, I don't really like that too much. So if you're polite, it always helps. And be sure to check chat to see if anyone talks to you, because when I was looking for my Harpu Secret Dungeon, I typed in chat, I did my 2 emojis, even though it's not a very fast chat. I decided, okay, emojis are fine. So I did 2 hearts, and then someone said, Orengelol, I just got that secret dungeon, and then I said, the person actually added me, because they can just click my name and added me. So I accepted them, and then I said, thank you, Ivan, because that was his name, who got the secret dungeon. So it's always nice to thank people and talk to them. I know it can be hard. Reading chat is a skill because there's just so many people talking about so many different things. So it takes practice. And also, okay, so 2 more tips, and then 1 more tip, and then the very last one. Make sure you have push notifications on, so if you get tired of spamming channels and you want to take a break or whatever, and you know your friends are still looking out, and you put your phone down, if you have push notifications enabled, and one of your friends gets a secret dungeon, one of your existing friends, it'll pop up and it'll say, so-and-so has discovered a secret dungeon, and if it's the one you want, you can be like, wow, awesome, let me get to farming. And then the last tip, so once you get your secret dungeon, make sure you're farming a level that's appropriate to your skill. So, since I can farm all of the levels to pretty much any secret dungeon very easily and fairly quickly, I go all the way to 10. But if you aren't as strong as me, because I'm well into mid-game right now, if you're not as strong, I'm going to link you guys a chart, and you have to use this chart to figure out which level you need to farm. So when I was farming my Bella Secret Dungeon, when I was a lot weaker, I could actually clear up to level 6 or so, but my clear was very slow. So you want to be able to maximize the amount of pieces you get for the whole hour. So what I would do is I would farm up to level 3, I would complete level 3, and then I would leave as soon as level 4 started showing up. So once I got to level 4, quit dungeon, and then I would queue up again and do it again. Level 3, and then once level 4 showed up, quit. The reason I did that was because level 3 drops 1 piece guaranteed. Level 6 drops 2 pieces guaranteed. But level 4 and 5 both drop 1 piece guaranteed, and then there's also a chance for it to drop another one. But I like reliability, so I would just do level 3 and then leave, because I don't want to rely on 33% chance to drop another one from level 4, or 66 from level 5. So I would just do level 3 and get out of there and just keep doing that again. So once again, that chart's going to be in the description if you guys want to see it. Make sure you're playing smart, you know? So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found my tips helpful, and I hope you enjoyed too. Happy hunting!